mosquito droned in the thick, wet heat of the radio shack. Outside, the jungle of Bougainville pressed in, a green, steaming wall. Inside, Corporal Leo Finnegan, U.S. Army Signals, had a different problem. His -300 Seychelles rupees radio was a 19-pound paperweight. No static, no hum, just dead silence. Again. Still nothing? Sergeant Miller asked, wiping sweat from his neck. The patrol was due back at 1600 hours. Spares kaput too, Finn said, not looking up. The supply drop had been a mess. The right parts were probably sinking into a swamp, 5 miles away. A nervous Private Evans tapped his fingers on the ammo crate that served as a table. So we're blind. They're out there, and we're sitting here with our... A sudden sharp tink from the corner made them all jump. It was followed by another. Tink, tink, tink. It was coming from a small pile of discarded C-ration cans near the flap door. What in God's name? Miller murmured, hand on his point, 4-5. Finn held up a hand. It wasn't random. It was a rhythm. A deliberate, uneven pattern. Tink ... Tink tink. His grandfather had been a telegraph operator for the Great Northern Railway. Finn had spent boyhood summers listening to that staccato music of the Morse key. The rhythm was burned into his soul, and this was Morse. He scrambled, grabbing a pencil stub. He tuned out the dripping humidity, the distant, unsettling bird calls, and listened to the language of the tin cans. Tink ... Tink ... K, he whispered, writing it down. T, Tink ... Tink ... Tink ... I, Tink ... Tink ... and Tink ... J, he pieced it out, letter by bizarre letter. K-I-N-J. N-G Lee. Kinjangle? Evans said, peering over his shoulder. That's not a word. Not kinj. Ki-N-J, Finn said, his mind racing over the topographical map in his head. Coordinates. Grid square Ki-N-J. Angle, a specific location within that square. The old Japanese bunker complex, the one shaped like a wedge. The iron angle. Tink ... Tink ... T, Tink ... Tink tink. Tink ... Tink ... Tink tink. P-I-N, Finn decoded aloud. Pin, pinned down. At the iron angle, Finn said, the blood draining from his face. That was 3 miles east, a nasty, overgrown spot avoided by patrols. The cans went silent, then a new frantic series. Tink ... Tink ... Tink ... T, Tink ... Tink tink tink. SOS. Miller was already moving. I'll scramble the reaction platoon. But Finn, how do we know? This could be the Japs messing with us, or some crazy coincidence. Another sound joined the Tin Can Telegraph. A low, pained groan from just outside the perimeter wire. A figure stumbled out of the foliage, covered in mud and blood. It was Private Kowalski from the missing patrol. He collapsed into the arms of a sentry. They carried him in. He was gut-shot, his eyes feverish. Jenkins ... He gasped, clutching Finn's arm. He stayed back ... to cover us. At the angle ... He's a radio nut. His pop was a railroad man ... He said ... He'd find a way to signal. Finn looked from the dying man to the silent cans. Jenkins, the quiet kid from Nebraska, who fixed everyone's watches. He'd been in the telegraph club in high school. "He's using rocks," Finn said, certainty hardening in his voice. "He's in a bunker or a shell hole. He's throwing rocks at our trash pile from a distance, using the cans like a bell. It's the only clear sound in this damn jungle." Miller stared, the impossibility of it warring with the bleeding proof before him. He made a decision. "Give me a bearing, Corporal. Not from a radio, from your cans." For the next 20 minutes, the jungle spoke in tin. Finn listened, translated, and plotted. Short sequences. NMEMG nest, West Ridge, water source cut, 4 wire, holding. It was the most surreal, vital communications relay of the Pacific Campaign. Guided by the tink-tink of rocks on discarded cans, the reaction platoon moved with precise purpose. They flanked the machine gun nest. They avoided an ambush point Jenkins had signaled. At 17:30, the cans fell silent for a long, terrifying 5 minutes. Then, one final weak message rattled through the shack. TINK ... TINK ... tink. 3. Datsis. It could mean success in informal Morse, or it could just be the end. The roar of a Browning automatic rifle answered from the direction of the iron angle, followed by the all-clear blast of a whistle. An hour later, the patrol and their rescuers returned. They carried Jenkins on a litter. He was pale, dehydrated, one hand swollen from 1,000 tiny throws. He saw Finn and managed a weak smile. "Got your message," Finn said, meeting the litter. "Got your reply," Jenkins whispered, pointing a trembling finger toward the jungle. The distant crump of mortar, launched from their own lines, began, precisely targeting the coordinates the Tin Can Telegraph had provided. Finn looked at the humble pile of cans. They weren't trash anymore. They were a lifeline. In a war of million-dollar machines and global signals, victory at this hour, in this place, had been secured by a kid, some rocks, and the enduring language of dots and dashes echoing off Army-issue tin.